Hey everybody, welcome back to the Pressing Matters. I'm Scott. Thank you for tuning in today and thank you for your support. Today a very special episode on the Exotica craze and Martin Denny in particular. I should have worn a little more colorful shirt, maybe like a Hawaiian shirt for this video, but I didn't have one available. So we will have to make do with black. But I'm going to talk about my memory of this time period and talk about some of the albums I have in my collection already, and about the very special reissues that Jackpot Records is doing. So, when I was growing up, I would always plunder my friends' parents' record collections, at least flip through them, and I always saw an Exotica album. And usually it was either Exotica, which I'm going to show you a picture of, or this one, Quiet Village. Sometimes you would see an Arthur Lyman record, usually Taboo, but he did a number of records along this line as well. When you think back at this period of time, this was the late 50s to early 60s, really 55, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Hi-fi buffs were getting their stereos and their hi-fi setups. They wanted things that would exploit the possibilities of stereo. Percussion was one of those things. That's why Command records took off in the stereo era. And these came a little bit before that. And they offer a fun glimpse into a place and a feeling that most people hadn't experienced up to that point. You have to remember that at this time, air travel was not that common. It was reserved for the wealthy. And most people hadn't been to exotic places, even as close as Hawaii or, someplace like that. So these kind of sounds were new and unique to them, and people really loved it. I enjoy these records. I've collected them all my life. Whenever I see one in a thrift shop, I always pick it up, and that's where I got this original of Quiet Village. I also have another one I'm going to show you in a minute. I do want to show you what the original labels look like, so you can see how close that Jackpot Records got to giving the aesthetic of the original experience. They really have come close, and I have had my eye on Jackpot Records for a while. I hadn't tried one of these, mostly because it was colored vinyl, and I thought, oh, they're going to be cheap, no good. That's not the case at all. These are taken from the original master tapes and produced with loving care. The reproduction of the jackets is exquisite, and they've done them on colored vinyl, which is absolutely quiet. And I was so surprised that these records are almost as quiet as an audiophile album. So that was really, really impressive. There's 3 reissues in their current batch. This one you will never see in a rack anywhere. All my life I've never seen this. And it's very rare in its original form. Look at the wonderful reproduction on this. This is Sandy Warner. Her image graces all of these. And look at the label. They have reproduced this label perfectly. The only difference is now it says Jackpot instead of Liberty, but the same aesthetic. And dig this vinyl. This is sea glass green. So each of these has a theme in terms of the color of the vinyl. I love the sea glass green. It's gorgeous. When I put it on, I was amazed that it was quiet as could be. And the sound is very, very good. Doesn't sound digital. It sounds like an original pressing, which I have many of these in original pressings. Exotic Percussion is an interesting one. It has some unusual instruments on it, I'll tell you about here. Tuned Burmese gongs, which are sonorous gongs used in Buddhist temples during ceremonial rites. Wood chimes of bamboo, steel chimes, a samisen, which is a Japanese lute with 3 strings. What else? A magna harp, which is used to simulate the sounds of a harpsichord, celeste, and various other instruments. a celestet, which is a miniature celeste, an ipo, which is a Hawaiian gourd, and wind chimes, small pieces of glass suspended on string. This adds a lot of high frequency information and exotic feeling to these pieces. There's also piccolo xylophones and boobams. Boobams we heard about when I talked about the Dick Shorey record. This is what you hear on exotic percussion in wonderful melodies that evoke a different place and an exotic place that you want to go to. The second one is called Forbidden Island. This one's a little hard to read. As a person who is well versed in typography, I would not have put such a color on a busy background like that. But that's not the fault of Jackpot. That is the original way it was done. Look at this vinyl. This is gorgeous. It's called lava color, magma lava red with black streaks. Again, even though this is 2-color vinyl, I put it on and it was absolutely quiet, and the music just emerged beautifully in a vintage hi-fi experience. All of these are stereo. Most of these were available in mono too, of course, but everyone wanted the visual sound stereo that Liberty put out. Again, if you've heard, I'm not saying if you've heard one Martin Denny, you've heard them all. They all have a different aspect to them, but I'm not going to go into the music of each one. I don't think they list, let's see if they list any instruments on this one. Well, of course, Martin Denny is piano, celeste. There are Latin instruments. One feature of these records, which is really unique, is one of the members of this group was very adept at doing bird calls. So in this tropical jungle landscape, you'll hear a bird cry going by. And it's so fun to listen to. And it really sounds like a real bird. And it's really interesting. Also on here, there's marimbas, xylophones, other percussion instruments, vibes, bongos, let's see, string bass, and so forth. The third one is called Enchanted Sea. Now this is one I have an original of. When I found this original, I was really excited because it's in really nice shape. Look at that cover. That is Sandy there on the cover. She's on all of these. So you can see the reproduction is a little different. So it looks like the image is a little larger on this one, a little smaller on this one, just very minor. And the tonality is different. This is warmer, this is cooler. When I look at this, I really think that this is a little off and this is more correct. When I look at the image quality overall, it looks beautiful. This one is on tiki green vinyl, which I believe they kind of took from the typography of Enchanted. It looks green, so that's what that one looks like. All three of these are great. I compared the sound of Enchanted Sea to the original, and honestly, it was a toss-up. The original is excellent, a little noisier. This is about the same and very quiet. Overall, I think these are great reissues. Jackpot is really doing a great service to the record buying public by keeping Martin Denny's name on the forefront. And this new bundle of reissues is highly recommended for anyone that's interested in Exotica and wants some high quality reissues of this material. Jackpot Records, thank you so much for sending these three to me. Until next time, I'm Scott from The Pressing Matters. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.